There are things you were never meant to question. Things you were told were normal, natural, harmless. But what if I told you some of those things were designed that way? Not by accident, not by coincidence, but on purpose. Because there is a certain kind of knowledge, a knowledge so powerful that once you discover it, you can never see the world the same again. And the truth is, most people will never discover it. Not because they can't, but because they were trained not to look. But somehow, for some reason, you are here tonight, which means one thing. Something inside you is already beginning to wake up. So before we go further, I want you to do something strange. Pause for a moment and ask yourself this question. Why did this video find you? Because what you are about to hear is something many people would rather keep hidden from you. The first lie you were taught. From the moment you were born, you were given a script. A quiet script, invisible but powerful. You were told what to believe, what to fear, what to chase, what success looks like, what failure looks like, and most importantly, what you are allowed to become. But here is the part nobody talks about. The system that shaped your thinking was never designed to make you fully aware. It was designed to make you predictable, because predictable people are easy to control. They wake up at the same time, they follow the same path, they chase the same rewards, they repeat the same fears. And slowly, without noticing, they forget to ask the most dangerous question in the world. What if everything I was told is incomplete? That question alone has changed the course of human history.
The knowledge hidden in plain sight. The strange thing about forbidden knowledge is that it is rarely hidden in secret vaults. Most of the time, it is hidden in plain sight, inside ancient writings, inside symbols, inside stories that were dismissed as myths, inside whispers passed quietly between generations. Because the truth is, there have always been people who understood something about human consciousness, something deeper than what we are taught in school. They understood that the human mind is far more powerful than most people ever realize. But power that is understood cannot easily be controlled. And that is why the most dangerous discoveries in history were not destroyed. They were simply ignored. The quiet war for your mind. Right now, at this very moment, there is a quiet war happening. Not with weapons, not with soldiers, but with attention. Your attention. Every day, thousands of messages compete for it. Notifications, trends, entertainment, noise, endless distractions. But here is the hidden pattern. The more distracted a person becomes, the less they question reality. And the less they question reality, the easier it becomes to shape their beliefs. Over time, people stop searching for deeper meaning. They stop exploring. They stop asking. And without realizing it, they begin living inside a reality designed by someone else. The moment some people wake up. But sometimes, something unusual happens. A moment, a strange realization, a quiet discomfort, a question that refuses to disappear. And suddenly, a person begins noticing things they never saw before. Patterns, contradictions, hidden meanings. They begin sensing that the world around them is far more layered than it appears. For some people, that moment is terrifying, because once your awareness expands, you cannot shrink it back. You start to see through illusions, through manipulation, through the silent systems shaping human behavior. And that realization changes everything.
Why most people turn away. Here is something rarely spoken about. Many people actually glimpse the truth. For a moment, they feel it, a deep intuition that something is not right. But then something powerful happens. Fear. Because discovering forbidden knowledge comes with a price. You begin to question old beliefs, old authorities, old narratives, and questioning those things can feel dangerous. So most people do something very human. They turn away. They return to comfort. They return to distraction. And slowly, that moment of awakening fades. The hidden ability within you. But here is the part they rarely mention. Human beings were never meant to live in constant confusion. Your mind has a natural ability, an ability to detect truth, a kind of inner signal, a quiet voice. Some call it intuition, some call it spiritual awareness, some call it the soul. But whatever name you give it, it has always been there, waiting, patiently, for the moment you begin listening again.
Why this knowledge matters now. Right now, the world is changing faster than ever before. Information spreads instantly. Ideas travel across continents in seconds. And something unusual is happening. More people are beginning to question, to search, to explore deeper truths about consciousness, purpose, and spiritual awareness. Which means something important. The era of blind acceptance is slowly fading, and a new kind of awareness is beginning to rise. But with awakening comes responsibility, because once you see clearly, you must decide how to use that awareness. The question only you can answer. So now, I want to ask you something personal, not as a viewer, not as someone watching a video, but as a human being standing at a crossroads. If you suddenly discovered knowledge that could change how you see the world, would you want to know? Or would you prefer to remain comfortable? Because the truth is, awakening is not just about discovering hidden information. It is about choosing to see, choosing to question, choosing to explore the deeper nature of reality. And that choice belongs only to you. The quiet realization. Maybe this video appeared in your feed randomly. Maybe it was just another recommendation. Or maybe something inside you was already searching. Something ancient, something curious, something that refuses to accept surface-level answers. If that feeling exists within you, then you are not alone. Across the world, millions of people are beginning to ask deeper questions about existence, consciousness, and truth. And perhaps this moment, right now, is simply the beginning of your own search. Because the most powerful knowledge in the universe was never meant to be handed to you. It was meant to be discovered. And sometimes that discovery begins with something very small, a quiet thought, a strange question, or a single video that somehow found you at exactly the right time. If this message stirred something inside you, don't ignore it. That feeling of curiosity is where real discovery begins. Subscribe to Salvation Psychic, because the next video may reveal something even deeper. And remember this, the greatest truths in the world are not hidden because they are impossible to find. They are hidden because most people never look. But you just did.